How you doing, folks? I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Together
therapist.
we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Yoga stretches for sciatica, are they good or are they bad?
We got to clear this up, Bob.
Yeah, we got to clear this
Right,
up. We're getting a
because
bad reputation.
We've done a lot of videos on sciatica. We got a lot of good comments, but two things happened. First of all, my wife does some yoga, and her instructor saw our video, and she says, "What is your husband doing saying that yoga is bad for your back?" I don't think we said that, but I could see where...
Play the tape.
Right, yeah.
Let's find out.
If we did, we didn't mean to.
We've got over 1,000 videos, so it's a little bit difficult for us to even know which video it was.
I'm pretty sure we didn't say yoga is bad for your back or bad for sciatica. However, there's certain poses that can be and could really cause problems. So that's what we want to show you. If you have sciatica, pain down your leg, it's a caution light and maybe a red light actually to not do some
of the
specific poses. We're going to go through this, but before we do, we thought we should educate you and show you why, so it makes a lot of sense, and you say, "Oh, now that makes sense to me."
Right? Why you shouldn't do
Exactly.
certain poses. By the way, speaking of the 1,000 videos that we've done, Brad, in case you are new to our channel, haven't seen any of these videos, please take a second to subscribe to us. We have a subscription button there or there. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day.
There you go.
All right.
And I did have another viewer. She was a yoga instructor and a physical therapist, and she said kind of the same thing. So we got to clear the air, and the benefits of yoga. They're wonderful, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
we're big yoga fans,
right?
without a doubt.
You haven't done a yoga class.
No, I have not.
And I haven't either, but it's on my bucket list.
Right.
You know, I think once I do it, I'll probably love to get into it. Time's an issue, but strength, you know, range of motion, balance, focus, everything that makes your life healthier, yoga encompasses. Except for one little thing right here, Bob.
Right.
Lonnie, can you focus in? Now, with sciatica, oftentimes, or the majority of the times, it can be from a disc problem.
Right.
A bulging disc or a herniated disc. Because a bulging disc turns into a herniated disc with enough time, and if you have
doing the wrong moves,
which what you're going to talk about. Now, this is a spinal nerve right here that comes out from the spine, and if you look right in here, you see that red bulge? That red bulge represents a herniated or bulging disc right there, and that's the problem, and we want to keep that bulge from getting bigger. We want to get it back in where it belongs so that your life gets better without pain and all the problems that come along with it. So we're going to take a look at what causes that. Now, if you bend forward like this is typically a no-no for sciatica.
On him, it's bending like this.
Right.
That squeezes the bones together and pushes the disc out. We'll show on the model here.
So, and if you go the opposite direction, typically that'll do the opposite depending on the severity of it, but it will improve the problem.
Yeah, so we're saying forward flexion is bad, extension is good. So anytime, you know, I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but on the yoga poses that if you go into flexion, you're going to have to be careful.
Exactly. Listen to your body and really be careful. Now, this green ball is a green ball, but it does make a good model for a disc, okay? So you push down here now.
So here's the two bones from your lower back, two vertebrae.
Right.
And
right through here would be your spinal cord, and the nerve come out right here that we talked about before, that peripheral nerve that goes down your leg, and that causes that pain and numbness.
On a healthy disc, that's not a problem.
Right.
It's going to move back and forth, not a problem.
When you bend forward, this happens, and back, this way happens. If you have a bulging or herniated disc, focus right here. There.
Yep, and that comes from bending forward repeatedly.
Right. The more you bend forward, the more that wants to bulge out. So we don't want to do that. We want to get that back. There we go. Get it back in. Let it heal. Get some scar tissue over that so you can get back to normal living. So remember that forward flexion. And we picked out 5 different yoga poses that we can give examples from, and then you can relate to it why that pose may cause harm and increase your sciatica.
Now understand this, if you're not having sciatica, you're just having run-of-the-mill back pain, those poses may be fine.
Right, exactly.
They may, especially arthritis, it might actually feel better to do those poses.
So you can't group back pain into one lump.
No, so we're talking about sciatica today.
Exactly.
That's all.
That's why it's on the title, Bob.
That's right.
Okay, so let's go through some poses. Now, I don't know the names of the poses. I went online to find some. I don't know if they're the name between all the schools or instructors, but they call this one the boat pose. And this is a lot of abdominal strength. And it's like this. Okay, whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm not real good at it because I don't do it. But Bob, what's going on back here?
This is actually, there was a study done by Alf Nachemson.
Yeah.
He's an MD, and he measured disc pressure. And this was one of the, they had a pose similar to that.
Right.
And the pressure went up immensely
Right.
when you did that. So if you have already trouble with your disc due to sciatica, that's going to be bad. That's going to be a good way to blow out a disc further.
This one, very similar. It's still flexing. Remember the cut of the model, what's going on with that disc. You flex like that, it's going to push that disc
Out the back.
Exactly.
So you can't do that one either. Sorry.
Now, this one seems kind of passive and like it's not going to do much, but it really does put a lot of flexion on the vertebra in the low back. Okay, and this one's the child pose. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter if your hands are here. Down here, you actually put more stress on it as opposed to when you're up a little bit. But exact same mechanics are going on.
Although it's interesting, Brad, I saw a guy, Mulligan, that actually felt that might open things up a little more.
Sure.
And he thought that was one, it's interesting.
Well, that's why I'm saying, Bob, this is not a red light for all of them, but listen to your body. And this is a caution, and think about it. Is this really helping? While you're doing it, if it creates back pain or leg pain, definitely stop. But then
Even that evening.
Evening, if all of a sudden you start getting pain down your leg, the numbness, the tingling, it may have been from...
Or let's say, you do it on a Friday and you just have a terrible weekend. You know,
Right.
you may have done the wrong things. I mean, you got to listen to your body, like I said. It's an experiment.
Right. You really, and yoga people are in tune with their body. I think they will probably be able to very easily identify which stretch or which stretches are helping or injuring or making their sciatica worse.
So generally, if you can keep your back straight while you're stretching or go into extension with sciatica, you're going to be okay.
So straight or extension.
Right.
And you can do that. There's some nice ones. Well, let's go back. I want to, before we get to the extension ones,
I'm going to show a couple more that are bad.
From the standing position, if you're going to do the one bending forward, they call this the chair revolve. So here we're putting a fair amount of stress on the back and in that flex position again. Remember what it's doing to that
Chair
bulge.
revolved.
And then a twist on it. And normally this can be a nice stretch for the muscles and range of motion for the back. But when you do this, particularly on one side of the vertebra, it could make that bulge even worse. And you may not have you might get from here and not be able to straighten up.
Brad, of all the stretches you showed today, that one by far is the worst one on a disc.
Right.
I mean,
Particularly
we were always taught is that if you bend and twist,
Right.
That's the best way to blow out a disc without a problem.
So big caution light when you're going through some of these, when you have back pain and pain down the leg.
Yeah.
And then the last one, which I personally don't like many people to do, is now on the picture, this woman is really flexible. She could go down and flatten her chest right to her ankles and wrap her arms around like this.
Oh, my back hurts just thinking about it. Sorry.
Right. But I know there's people who don't have back pain. They do yoga, and I bet you they do that on a regular basis, and they say they love it. And they say they love it.
But if you have sciatica, caution, caution, caution.
Exactly.
So
now this one, the Crescent Moon,
that's a great one to do.
Yeah, I mean, there we're talking, and there's a number of them like this. There's one like this, and I don't know the name of this one. I didn't write that down, but it's back here like this, and they're stretching like this. These people in yoga are very special.
Yeah, they are. I was going to say.
This woman had, her chest was up in the air, her knees were up in the air.
I bet you thought that was going to look different than it did.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But really, Brad, just even this one, this must be a yoga pose, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, this one coming up like this.
Yep, exactly.
I think I remember seeing him do this.
It is one.
That's probably one of the best ones you can do.
Yep,
for it.
exactly.
So,
So once again, yoga is a wonderful activity. It's going to keep you
have we
healthy.
said that enough, by the way, so that the yoga
Bob,
people aren't mad at us?
I'm telling you.
I think, again, now if you have run-of-the-mill back pain, Brad, let's say even just maybe more of a muscular issue, or if it's in the facets, in the joints,
Right.
I don't know that there's not a stretch you couldn't do.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
In that case, it's going to be, I think, good for back pain. And I know that there's some yoga courses that are just for back pain.
Sure, right.
So,
Exactly.
It's really the sciatica that we're worried about.
Yeah,
So-
that disc, that bulging disc, and again, specific diagnosis sciatica for the specific movements. Keep in tune with your body, and you're going to do outstanding and have a long yoga career.
All right, remember, Brad, we can do just about anything except
Just wait, Bob. I got to go all
we
the
can
way.
fix just about everything.
Except for, look at this.
A broken heart.
Right, if that baby breaks open, we got to get it back together. And we know once we get this problem solved.
Now we're cardiologists then, so.